guys, I'm Tim and you're fishing with Uncle T. Right now we're about a mile to the right of the 91st Pier, and right now we're just trying to catch like a croaker, maybe a whiting, maybe a sand trout, something to throw out there for these big old redfish that are swimming through this ugly surf that we have out here in Galveston, Texas. Now a lot of people, when they look out here, don't think there's no fish, but what they don't know is that swimming between these guts are some big drums, some big redfish, sheephead, whiting, and some sharks. So we're gonna try to get into a few of those species. We first just gotta catch ourselves some bait. We'll be back. So right now we're just waiting for a bite. When it's choppy like this, you really gotta learn how to distinguish what a wave is hitting your line and what a fish is hitting your line. When a fish hits your line, you're gonna feel like a few tugs, like something's trying to yank it off the hook. Versus when a wave hits your weight and picks it up, you're gonna feel it skip along the ground towards you or with the water current. All you gotta do is get out on the water, spend some time on it, and you'll know what it is. And it looks like we got a fish on. Now it might just be seaweed. Again, this surf out here is pretty ugly. Yep. Was just seaweed, popped off at the last second. That's the only issue that I have with using these spider weights, is they collect a lot of seaweed during the summertime. Now again, I'm only tossing about 20 yards in front of me. You have the gorgeous pier over there that I'm normally fishing for redfish and speckled trout at. Today, we're trying our luck on the surf. No dock, no pier. When you're using cut bait, one of the most important things to possibly do and remember is to leave your bait out there. You don't need to check on it every 10 minutes. Sometimes letting a bait soak is the best thing you can possibly do being out here on the surf. What I like to do is I like to put my finger on the line. If you could take a look at that real quick. And that can really help you feel when you have a fish taking your line. Surf's beating us up and beating the camera woman up pretty bad right now. She's on the shorter side of things. Alright, so we just had a bite. Really hoping that it's, no, he's head shaking. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oops. Guys, we got another big ol' Texas catfish, aka a hardhead. That's bigger than the last one. I'm just happy something is out here biting. Now I'm gonna leave this up to my camera woman, because we did one episode of eating what people consider trash fish, and this is the ultimate trash fish. Turn the camera around and give them the answer. Are we gonna cook this thing up?
Yes, we can cook it.
We're gonna cook this thing up, baby. That's how we do it. Now, don't get me wrong. We would never normally eat this fish. This is something we're gonna do just to get the video out there and see what it actually tastes like. I grew up on the island myself, and I personally have never eaten one. I'm 30 years old. Let me get my pliers and we'll be right back. One easy way that I like to do it without getting stuck, if you're new to this, is just simply give them a good old flick, comes right on off. Now, since this is an oily fish, they don't have any scales, they have a thick bloodline. Since we are gonna eat this guy, we're gonna go ahead and bleed them out. It's not a pretty sight, so I won't get it on camera, but we'll be back. All right, guys, so we're up 2 gaff tops or hardheads in the last hour or so. The waves out here are getting pretty big. We're gonna take a few steps back It's about to rain over here in this location in about an hour. So we have an hour to get into some fish. If not, at the end of this video, you're gonna see me cook up that hard head. I'm gonna give it a taste. You know, a lot of people, they do eat the sail cats, not really the hard head. There is a difference. A lot of people get them confused and think they're the same thing. Sail cats, that top fin sticks up with good 6 inches. Oh, that's a takedown. That's huge. That is huge. Why on video? Oh, nice. Let's go ahead and back up a little bit. Now he hit that. If that's a hard head, I'm gonna be surprised. Woo! This is what it's all about. You know, like my dad told me one day, if you waited every day for the right fishing weather, you're gonna miss out on a lot of great memories and a lot of great potential fish. What do we got here? We have another hard head. I mean, honestly, it's like they're getting bigger and bigger, guys. Look how big this guy is. Let me go ahead and get him. I'll go ahead and get out of the water. I don't want to get stuck by them. You can ask my wife. It seems like every time we come out here and I catch one of these guys, I get stuck. I cry about it for about an hour, guys.
So true.
Woo! That is a big hard head. Let me get my pliers. I'll be right back, guys. Now, if I catch a sail cat, I'll let you guys know. But this right here is only about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. A sail cat would be all the way out here easily this size. Now, guys, I'm not kidding with you. These are the, watch, again, I'm going to show you guys again. Flick of the wrist, fish is off the hook. It's why I use those straight shank hooks. It's the only hook I prefer, really. Look at those sharp fins, though. You couldn't use this as bait out here if you wanted to. And I'm going to show you guys something. Listen to this sound. Hard head, baby. All right, taking them home. This time of year, a lot of the blue crabs come really close up on the surf. We just saw a lady with a net halfway full with nothing but blue crabs. Here in the Gulf, they only got to be 5 inches wide to keep, and there is no amount of limit that you can keep. So if you get 100, you can keep 100. Since I've been out here, I have stepped on 2 different crabs that have been about 5 inches. Great redfish bait if you can get your hands on it. All right, I'm gonna cast this out, and let's see if we can get that drum that's out here. Now we wait. So guys, when you're fishing the surf, whether it's morning, evening, late at night, it's really important to not fish when these waves are breaking. You want to find that sweet spot where it's right in the middle of the waves breaking at that first sandbar and second sandbar. Those fish are going to be waiting in that calmer water. If you can get your bait right there, you're in prime position. You just got to wait at that point. So I kept thinking it was the waves bouncing. It's this little hard head. We're gonna go ahead and flick them off. I have about another full-size mullet and a half a crab. So we'll stay out here until that's up. After that, we'll head home and clean the fish that we got and go from there.
Hey guys, and we're in the kitchen. Just like I said, we'll be cleaning these hard heads up. What we'll be doing is we'll put them in the fridge overnight, let them soak, like in some buttermilk, something just to help with that fishy flavor that I'm assuming they have. Again, I've never tasted them, neither has my wife. This is a first for us. I'm gonna go ahead and try to remove their skin with the pliers. If I can't do that, I'll just fillet them up with my good old Academy knife that I love so much. Now you gotta be careful with these guys because they can still poke you, you know? So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the scissors and I'm gonna cut those fins. Look at that. Hard as a rock. Hard as a rock. And get it over here on the backsplash. That's nice. Now, if you guys have ever eaten one of these, or what was your experience, let me know in the comments. I would love to see them. Or if you'll be trying one after this video, also let me know in the comments. I'd like to know. Now, if you see this video and I tell you it's a bad fish and I don't recommend it, that's my honest opinion. I wouldn't recommend it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but we have a little new kitten with us. His name is Oliver, and he is crying in the background a little bit. Right on cue. Right? All right. So I'm actually gonna see what I can do here. I always look at them a tiny bit funny, but sorry, my knife's not really gripping because it is. All right, guys. So this is the fillets we're working with. You know, I'm a little bit surprised with how well the meat is. It's not mushy. It's firm. I'm gonna take it off the skin. There is a thick bloodline that I'm noticing right out the skin, but you know, we'll see how it goes. But you know, the whole thing with these is you gotta be careful. Those spikes really hurt. Just filleting them up, I even poked myself, even though I cut some of the fins off. You know, so if you're gonna be dealing with them, just make sure you're going slowly, patiently. I don't think filleting these guys is the way to go. I think it would be to peel off their skin. If you could like hang them up and pull it down with pliers. I just didn't have the right size pliers for it. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow when we cook these up and we make a nice fish sandwich. It's the next day, and let me tell you, I'm impressed with how these catfish actually held up. I mean, look at it. It's well seasoned, you know, thanks to good old Danos. You can always rely on them to make your fish taste excellent. So I'm hoping it's the case with these chicken finger looking things we got here. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of canola oil in the bag, give it a good thorough shake, and then we're gonna put it through some breadcrumbs, and we're gonna put it on a tray where we have our oven preheated at 350 degrees, and we're gonna cook it for about 12 to 15 minutes, and we'll get started. So you don't want too much olive oil, just enough to get it well coated. I said olive oil, I mean canola oil. Just give it a nice good old rub. Sorry about the GoPro noise. After that, you just open up your breadcrumbs. And what we're using right now is a good old Italian style breadcrumbs. It's something my mom always used to use back in the day, and it's something I still prefer versus like cornbread mix. Just take it in there, give it a nice little shake. Just pull it out, let's see. Very nice, looks like fish. And just throw it on the pan and let's move on. Now, I really like to bake fish. A lot of times frying it is a little bit faster, but when you bake it, you don't have all that heavy grease and heavy oil. It's a little bit easier on your system. And I feel like you can taste the fish a whole lot better. So when it's tasting a fish like this, I really want to see if it's trash or not. I spend a lot of time filleting them. I kind of want to get the reward of having a good tasting fish, or I'm going to throw it away really quick. Good old shake. Get that out of the way. I'm gonna get nice little fillets off those guys too. And they're so abundant out there. All right, and we're gonna pop these in the oven again, like I said, for about 12 to 15 minutes. Alright guys, next we're going to be cutting up a white onion. We're not going to be cutting up a lot of it. We still want to be able to taste the fish, and white onion can be strong. So we're just going to go ahead and get just a few rings out of it. And just like that, this should be enough for 2 sandwiches right here. I'm going to set those aside. One thing that I really enjoy is these heirloom tomatoes. I don't know if you guys can see that with the lighting, but this is a nice colorization. It's like a greenish at the top with a nice vibrant orange and red. You know, these tomatoes are so much sweeter. If you don't like tomatoes, guaranteed you would like these. Now my wife actually doesn't like tomatoes, and when she tasted one of these, she was very, very surprised. I'm gonna show you guys what they look like. Look at that. Now, doesn't that look delicious? It tastes like ketchup. That's how sweet they are. And I'm only gonna need 1 slice because they're actually about the size as the bun. So we're gonna go pretty simple. We're gonna go tartar sauce on bottom, cheese, and then mayonnaise on top, and the fish in the middle, and tomato in between all that. Now guys, if anybody tries this recipe with any type of fish, go ahead and let me know how it came out, or send me a picture. I would love to see it. I'm gonna need salt and pepper here in a second. That's just gonna make those tomatoes taste a whole lot better. Now, I really hope these fish taste at least edible, you know? Because if not, there's a whole lot of good tasting food that's going to go to waste, unfortunately. Alright guys, now since the sandwiches are put aside and they're ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and check on the fish, and when they're ready, we'll be back and we'll put them on here and we'll let you know how it tastes. Alright guys, so the fish came out of the oven. You know, I cooked it a little bit extra long, about maybe 3 minutes over the 15-minute marker, just to make sure. You know, this is a very oily fish. I'm very skeptical, not gonna lie. The fish came out very firm. I mean, you can touch it, move it around, it's not gonna break apart like trout would. It's holding together pretty nicely. I got a little piece right here that I'm gonna go ahead and try, and see what it's all about. Well, I definitely tasted the Italian seasoning and the Danos, but I gotta tell you, man, if you put this in front of me and you put redfish in front of me, I'm not sure if I could taste the difference if it was cooked this way, which is very, very surprising. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these on the sandwich. I'll put a picture in between this so you can see how the sandwich looks. And when we get those together, we'll give you a taste test of that. I'll show you what my wife thinks of it, and we'll end the video off with like that. Thank you. All right, here we go. So she's gonna give it a try.
Let's see how this tastes.
She doesn't believe me when I say it's good. Now she's just gonna try the whole sandwich. How is that? I mean, you haven't spit it out by now, so.
Well, it's actually really great.
Yeah?
Yeah. You can taste the fish. Obviously, you have a bunch of, you put sauce in it. I don't know if I have. But it's good.
Yeah?
It's really good. It tastes amazing.
Now let me ask you this. Would you prefer to eat this, the whiting, or the sand trout?
This.
Oh my goodness, you would prefer to eat this versus whiting and sand trout?
Yes, I do, because it has a completely different taste, and I feel like this tastes way better. I don't know, but this tastes really great.
The Danos is a little bit spicy, right? It has a little kick to it. It's
I
good?
don't think so.
Awesome.
It's good.
Awesome.
It's really great. You want to go ahead and try it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try it.
All right.
All right. That's good. You know, at a restaurant, having fish, like red fish, or you were to have a sandwich like this, you're looking at spending $22 per meal. You know, so just going out there, we were out there from 6:30 to about 8 o'clock, and we were using cut bait mullet to catch fish and to have an awesome meal like this. It's a good thing, you know. And for people that call it a trash fish, I really think they call it that because of a few things. It's hard to clean because of no scales, so it slides a lot. The rib cage is very thick. You got to cut through the rib cage. I'm guessing a lot of people are stumbling on that, trying to hold it and cut it at the same time is a challenge. You need a sharp knife. And they had a thick bloodline at the bottom of them, you know, between them and the skin that you definitely have to trim off, or you're gonna get a more fishy flavor. So if you weren't experienced in filleting mini fish, I could see why you might not like it. But all in all, if we catch another bigger one, sadly to say, we're gonna keep it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you can, go ahead and hit the follow button if you did enjoy this video, or at least give me a likes up. That would just give me more encouragement to keep making these videos. Thank you.